Noah offers sacrifice, the cursing of Canaan, Noah's sons and grandsons and their cities. This is the 7th chapter of a 50-day journey through all 50 chapters of the book of Jubilee. If you missed part 1, please click on the link in the area underneath this video. Here you will find the link to the playlist that has all the videos. Make sure to like, subscribe and follow along each day as we continue the story together. In the 7th week, in the first year of that Jubilee, Noah planted a vineyard on Mount Lubar, the mountain where the ark had rested, one of the Ararat mountains. He guarded the fruit, and in the 4th year it produced its harvest. He made wine from it and stored it until the 5th year on the first day of the new moon of the 1st month. On that day he celebrated with joy, offering a burnt sacrifice to the Lord, a young ox, a ram, 7 sheep a year old, and a young goat, to make atonement for himself and for his sons. He prepared the young goat first, placing its blood upon the flesh of the altar, and laid all the fat upon the altar as a burnt offering, along with the ox, ram, and sheep. He placed their flesh on the altar, mingled their offerings with oil, sprinkled wine upon the fire, and placed incense upon the altar, causing a sweet fragrance to rise before the Lord. Noah rejoiced and drank of the wine, he and his children, with gladness. But in the evening, being drunk, he lay uncovered in his tent. Ham saw his father's nakedness and told his brothers outside. Shem and Japheth took a garment, laid it upon their shoulders, and walked backward, covering their father without looking upon him. When Noah awoke and knew what had been done, he cursed his son, saying, "Cursed be Canaan, an enslaved servant shall he be to his brothers." And he blessed Shem, saying, "Blessed be the Lord God of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. May God enlarge Japheth, and may he dwell in the tents of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant." Ham knew that his father had cursed his younger son, and he was displeased. He parted from his father, he and his sons with him, Cush, Mizraim, Put, and Canaan. Ham built for himself a city and called it after the name of his wife Nalah. Japheth also built a city, naming it after his wife Adah-Nes. Shem dwelt with his father Noah, and built a city near him on the mountain, which he called after his wife, said Caleb. Thus there were 3 cities near Mount Lubar, said Caleb facing east, Nalah to the south, and Adah-Nes toward the west. The sons of Shem were Elam, Ashur, Arpachshad, who was born 2 years after the flood, Lud, and Aram. The sons of Japheth were Gomer, Magog, Madai, Javan, Tubal, Meshech, and Tiras. These are the sons and grandsons of Noah. In the 28th Jubilee, Noah began to instruct his sons and grandsons in the ordinances and commandments, and in the judgments that he knew. He exhorted them to walk in righteousness, to cover the shame of their flesh, to bless their Creator, to honour father and mother, to love their neighbour, and to guard their souls from fornication, uncleanness, and all iniquity. For because of these 3 things, he said, the flood came upon the earth, fornication, when the watchers broke their covenant and went after the daughters of men; uncleanness, when they took wives for themselves as they chose; and iniquity, for they made the beginning of corruption. They begat giants, the Nephilim, who were unlike any others. They devoured one another. The Nephilim slew the Naphil, and the Naphil slew the Eljo, and the Eljo slew mankind. One man slew another, and the earth was filled with blood. They sinned also against the beasts, the birds, and every creature that moves on the earth. Much blood was shed, and every imagination of man's heart was evil continually. Therefore the Lord destroyed everything from off the face of the earth because of the wickedness of their deeds and the blood they shed. But we were left, I and you, my sons, and all that entered with us into the ark. Yet I see your works, that you do not walk in righteousness. You are turning to envy and division, each against his brother, and I see that demons have begun to seduce you and your children. I fear that after my death you will shed blood upon the earth and be destroyed as those before the flood. For whoever sheds man's blood or eats the blood of flesh will be destroyed from the earth. They will have no seed or descendants, but will go down into Sheol, into the place of condemnation, into the darkness of the deep, removed by violent death. Therefore let no blood be seen upon you in all the days when you kill beasts, cattle, or birds. Cover the blood and do good to your souls by hiding it upon the face of the earth. Do not be like those who eat with the blood. Guard yourselves that none of you may eat blood before you. For thus have I been commanded to testify to you and your children, together with all flesh. The soul is in the blood. Do not eat the soul with the flesh, lest your own blood be required at the hand of any flesh that sheds it. For the earth cannot be cleansed from the blood that is shed upon it, except by the blood of him who shed it. Only by his blood will the earth be purified throughout all generations. And now, my children, listen to me. Do judgment and righteousness, that you may be planted in righteousness upon the face of the whole earth, and that your glory may be lifted up before my God, who saved me from the waters of the flood. Go, build cities, and plant vineyards and fruit-bearing trees. For 3 years you shall not gather the fruit of your trees. In the 4th year the fruit will be holy, an offering of first fruits acceptable before the Most High. The first of the wine and oil you shall offer on the altar of the Lord, and what remains shall be for the servants of his house to eat before him. In the 5th year you shall make a release, doing righteousness and uprightness, and you shall prosper in all that you plant. For so did Enoch, the father of your grandfather, command Methuselah his son, and Methuselah commanded Lamech, and Lamech commanded me all that their fathers had commanded them. And now I command you, my sons, as Enoch commanded his son in the first Jubilees. While he yet lived, the 7th in his generation, he testified to his son and to his son's sons until the day of his death. This concludes Chapter 7 of the Book of Jubilees. Remember to subscribe and join me tomorrow for Chapter 8, which you will be able to find in the playlist Jubilees. The link is underneath the video in the description area, as we keep walking through all 50 chapters day by day.